awesome day of FileMaker. Welcome to FMTrain.tv. So it's time for the broadcast. And if anyone says Ken sent me these really gnarly, this is pretty amazing. Ken's probably not here yet, but Ken sent me the really awesome Balloon Festival calendars, right? I mean, it's really super glossy. I don't know who made this calendar, but this is one of the most glossy calendars I've seen. I mean, this is like high-end stuff. So this is quite amazing. You see the balloons here from the different months. Nick, there's a pile of these here. I'm going to make sure you get one. These are really cool. Pretty nice, you know. It's what Ken does. Ken is a commercial CFI, whatever you call it, balloon flight instructor. Once again, I always kid Ken about that. I'm not sure that instructing, I mean, when you're flying a balloon, mostly you're just kind of loosely coaxing it a little bit, but pretty much Mother Nature / God drives it where it wants to go. So I think you're kind of like along for the ride. It's like if you're in a fighter jet, you pull the ejection handles, you're no longer controlling your ride. You're just along for the fun. So he's actually started work on the 2022 calendar. That's pretty cool. So if someone wants a calendar, where can they go? They can get it at balloonfiestastuff.com. I'm going to put that here real quick. So this is what people are doing with FileMaker. So Ken manages the event. He manages the pilots. He checks their certifications to make sure they're certified to fly. Because it is regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration, at least in the United States. In Canada, it's the CAA, and then in Europe, it's ESA. I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically European FAA people, right? A reminder that, real quick, on the upcoming broadcast schedule, for those of you who want to know about more FileMaker stuff. So you saw a second ago, this is some of the cool stuff that people do with FileMaker. Some do a big corporate IT stuff, like give me the financial reports. Sure, quarterly distribution over our profits. Give me my profits. Give me my FileMaker profits. Here's my profits. I got my stacks of money, right? And it's like, okay, that's great, but what if we want to have fluffy balloons that fly in the sky? Okay, that's the opposite of profits. It's balloons in the sky. So FileMaker can do profits as well as balloon fluffy stuff. So we have a great platform that does it all. So upcoming broadcast schedule right here. We have today is day 2 of reports, day 3 of reports. Some of you saw some really amazing report that Nick showed off yesterday. He is going to be walking us through that. And every week he will take a small step towards that. Next week's kind of a weird week because we're doing the neomorphism training. It's a private training event for those of you who are interested in that. FMTrain.tv live right here is how you see the live free broadcast. If you want to join us at the neomorphism event, this is actually Oregon Dean's suggestion that we do this. And so we actually put it together for him. And of course, he didn't sign up, which I find really funny. It's like, hey, go do this. It's really great. And then like, hey, wait a minute. Hey, anyway, so it was actually his idea, and that's where kind of the genesis, the seed of the idea started, right? So if you go to fm-neomorphism.com, check out the events. If you have a training budget, I know that a lot of people don't have money for training. At the same time, we still have to pay Nick, so he is gainfully employed, so we do have to pay him for most of what he does, so it's really great. The bundle. So for those of you wondering about our main training, people come to me all the time. They say, hey, this training is disorganized. Richard's so chaotic. Nick doesn't know what he's doing, and his hair is very curly, and we are offended by all this. And so if you want dedicated, short training nuggets on the FileMaker platform, it's about 90 hours. Purchase one of our training bundles. And so instead of it being ready to discuss and answer questions in this give and flow back and forth, it's kind of a very dedicated training on topics and relationships and security and things like that. So that's where you're going to learn a lot of the FileMaker over there. This environment's great if we're covering a topic you need to learn about, and B, you have questions. If you have questions, you can ask questions. On pre-recorded videos, I can't use my telepathy when I'm shooting the videos to hear your questions, right? Although I do try, but it's just limited. Nick, are you kind of ready to talk about the FileMaker platform and reporting?
Yep. So today, day 2 of this awesome what's the name report training. Okay, so how you said, we have a goal here is to bring everybody to go to the very advanced report, but it doesn't mean advanced in the same I don't want to talk about advanced as complicated, overwhelming. No. Advanced reporting is when you want to go beyond the report, like, okay, you have a list of people, and you want the total of the on the bottom of the page, right? I want to go beyond this, and we are talking about reporting. We are not going to talk about invoicing, quotes, because those are not reports. So you have because I had a question yesterday. So you have the report, right? So it's what we are going to talk today, and we have the invoicing. You have columns of things, a description of items, and so those are not reports. They are invoicing. Okay. So we are going to talk about reports. I mean, text and pictures and mix of both, and tables, and and how you articulate this, how you present this, and of course, what you want to do is to present things in a way that people can read immediately. So you need to enforce the readability, because this is what it's for. It's a report for readability. Okay, so that we are going to learn. So we are going to learn some techniques, and then in the future, in the next session of 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks, we'll have the how to build the layout and how to design the layout, because it's more about designing a layout for reporting. It's not more the technique, because actually I want to show you that you don't need much of the technique to build an awesome report, right? You don't need a big technique, but you need to know some basics. So that's what I'm going to articulate now. So you need some basics in order to understand, but you don't need to be like super crazy about things with FileMaker. You don't need to go that far unless you have very specific needs. In that case, you go out of this course, right? So we cannot talk about specificities because it's otherwise you have too many specifics, right? Okay, so let me share my screen right quick. So yesterday we discovered some of the parts here on this layout, right? So we have the trading summary, the leading summary, the body. Okay, so we learn about this. So just a trick for just a trick for some of you that ask me that. It's the trick how you can move this like this. You see how you can move, because sometimes it's good to have like that, but because you don't want them in the middle of the face, but sometimes you want to see that, right? Especially if you want to make that bigger like this. So you press Alt on PC or Control on PC, Command on Mac, Command key or Control key on PC, and you can toggle. Okay, this. Okay, so the question comes sometimes, so I'm answering. When this is toggle, when this is horizontal like this, you can make that bigger like this. You can take this as a handle. When it's like this, if you want to resize a part, you just take the limits. See, the cursor is changing here, and you can pull down like this. Okay, so this is just a quick trick. So we have the leading summary. Okay, so now we are going to play a little bit with something that has a special what's the name? A special usage is the SubSummary sorting. Okay, so what the SubSummary sorting? Okay, here, for example, I have a list of accounts here with different cities. Okay, so you have the city. Okay, and I want so I have San Francisco, I have Los Gatos, I have multiple cities here, right? So what I want to do, I want the system to grab me all together by cities, and I want the system to present that cities by cities, as a group of cities. Okay, so demonstration how it works. Okay, so first of all, you need to go to the part setup here. Each time I go there, the part setup, right? And you need to create a SubSummary when sorted by. Okay, so you create a SubSummary when sorted by. Okay, so here the problem on this, because this is when people start to be like, oh, what's happened here? it's below the body. Okay, so that confuses people, because most of the time, personally, I want the subsummary sorted by above the body. When you see this UI, you say, okay, the subsummary is only on the bottom, right? Underneath the body. Actually, it's not. So I want sort by city. Remember, I said I want the system to grab all the cities and present the data, the records, block by block, city by city, right? So I'm using the subsummary when sorted by. I select city, and then he asks me the question, the infamous question. This part can be printed above or below the records that is summarized. So that means it can be below, it can be above the body or below the body, right? Above the body, below the body. So even though in that UI, it was underneath the body, which is, they should have both here. They should have one, but it's because, okay, I will show you that you can add multiple subsummaries, right? It's not only one. For example, here you can have only one top navigation. You can only have one title header, only one header, only one leading grand summary, only one body, only one training, but you can have multiple subsummary. This UI is not at all telling you that, okay? You need to guess it, or you need to listen to us here at this course, okay? So I want one by city, okay? So I want one by city. I want above the body. So see, now I have a subsummary above. This is above the body. The body is here, so let me do this. The body is here. Now this is above the body. And here, I want this to be sorted by cities, okay? So let me duplicate this. Actually, I can use the same trick I showed you yesterday. I double click here, and then I create a nice merge field, okay? So I want this to be the city here. So let me put that 16, for example. So I want this to be by city. So what the thing will do, if I go browse mode, I see nothing happening. Okay. If I go preview, I see nothing happening. And you say, oh, this tab doesn't work. Yeah. But the system told you that it's a subsummary when sorted by. When sorted by. And actually, they changed the wording recently, because that wasn't like this before. It was like subsummary sorted by. And they changed the wording. I don't know when. That would be a good investigation for one day, when it's raining here. So subsummary when sorted by. Okay. So that means you need to sort the data by the city. And then now you have the subsummary working. So you have Fairfield, and then you have Los Gatos. See, and each time it creates, let me grade up. Each time it creates a break like this. See? So each time it creates a break like this. So let me load, make less people. How I can do that? Actually, I cannot. Let me do. Let me do this. Let me do this, and this, and to have less data, okay? Because this is there's too much data. Okay, so now I have 16 record here, so that will be better to see. So I have Sacramento, San Francisco, Santa Clara. Okay, see? Okay, so is sorted by city. So now that's great. But I want. So let me take this out. And I want the thing to be sorted by department. That means I have departments here, I have cities, and I have departments. Okay. See here, I have customer service, advertising, human. So I want this, to be sorted by cities, and at the same time by department. I want both at the same time. Okay. So I go there in the layout, right? So I want two breaks. I want one break by cities, and at the same time, I want the departments, okay? So here how you do that. You go to the part setup, and you create a new one. You create a new SubSummary sorted by. But you cannot add a second SubSummary sorted by unless it's above or it's below. You know what I mean? I mean, for example, here, you cannot have two times a SubSummary sort by something above or below. That means if I want one SubSummary sort by cities, I will be, or I can put it only below the body, not above, because I already have one. And yeah, so yes, sure. So now I want to add a new SubSummary when sorted by. But if I put the city again, you know, and I said, okay, I want above. I already have one. It said, okay, oh, you cannot have only one because only one exists. Okay, so and again, the UI is not telling you that you have one. Okay, so you can only put one below. So why I will do that? Okay, why I will do the department break later. Why I will do that? Because SubSummaries you can do. You can add also totals, for example. So let's say you want to break by cities, okay, and you want the total by cities. That means you want this amount here by cities. You know what I mean? You want Sacramento, and you want the total of the cities here on the bottom, the total of the amount. Okay, so you have the amount here. Okay, you have the amount. Each account has an amount, and you want to have what's the name? You want to have the total of the amount down here, right? So you have the break by cities, and you want the amount by cities. So what you do, you duplicate this because we already have. Remember yesterday I show you that we have the total here, and I want the total by cities. So here how it behave now. So I have Sacramento. I have a break by Sacramento, and here I have the total for Sacramento, and then I have the total for San Francisco, and I have the total by Santa Clara. And here on the bottom, the grand summary, that's what they call grand summary, gives me the total, the complete total, the total of all the font set. Okay, so that's why you have below and above. See, you have above and below, with the same sorting, because you want the same breakage. First you want the title of the city on the top, and then you want the total of the amount on the bottom, right? So, and you can repeat that all many times. That means now that I have. So, do we have any question here? No question. Okay. So now what I want to do here, I want to add a new SubSummary by department. So I want to have the cities. And within the cities, I want to know each department. Okay, so let's say let's put more data here. Okay, so I want let's put that here. I want the department. So let me remove the cities here. So the problem is we have so small screen here. Okay, so I have a department here. Okay, I have multiple departments. And I have the break by cities, right? I have a break by cities, San Francisco, etc. But now I want the system to tell me, okay, you have a break by San Francisco, and at the same time you can add a break by department. So demonstration, because I think that the best way to explain is to demonstrate. I'm adding a new SubSummary by department, above first, because I want the department here, see? So now I'm including the department here. So this is sorted by department. This is sorted by cities. So I have two in the same time. So now here what happened if I sort the data, and I say I sort by cities, and now I sort by department. Here what happened. So I have Fairfield accounting, and then advertising, and then asset management, customer, blah, 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 until we change the cities, okay? So it does tech department. Now, I'm changing. Now I'm on Los Gatos and I have accounting, blah, 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 okay? You see what you can do? And of course, you can do again, you can add a SubSummary, right? Sorted by department above and continue having another total amount. Okay, so, and I'm adding here by department and I say below. So now I have a SubSummary sorted by city above, and I have one sorted by city below. And now I have a SubSummary sorted by department above, and I have one here too, okay? So here what happened. So now I'm duplicating this. So you can see I'm using the same field, and I'm going to explain that why, okay? I'm going to explain that why. But first I need to demonstrate this, okay? So now, here what happened. I have Fairfield, that all the cities, what below now is on Fairfield, and this is for accounting. For accounting, this will be the total for accounting. And this will be the total for, what's the name? Advertising. And this will be the total for asset management. And this will be the, you see, so you have a total like this, total. And then when you go down, customer services, finance, so we're still in the same city, right? So I'm continue down, 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 until I change the city. Payroll, okay, public relation, quality insurance, research, and now here sales, and now normally I'm changing the city tech support, okay. I'm changing the city. So now you see, you have the total here, you have the tech support total, and this is the grand total of all the city. And then now you change the cities, and you have Los Gatos, accounting, etc., etc., etc. So did you get? Okay, did you guys get it? Okay, I hope so. Stu have one. Anyone have a trick to have the user not to get lost when long list what city department in without duplicating the info? Yeah, I understand the problem here.
Can I say something? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fuzz this out. We're gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something on my computer real quick here. I'm gonna make your screen slightly smaller, Nick.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over to FileMaker, and I'm going to show. Let me see if I can do this. What do I want to do? This is my system that tells me how we're doing in terms of doing things over here, and you can play it back later if you want. But what I do is we're doing license sales, but the idea is that when you do a report, it frequently gets into this thing right here, and it doesn't matter what these numbers are. We're gonna fuzz this out of this real quick. So what I want to do is so this is a report I have right here. And so it doesn't matter what's in this center section right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint out this right here. I'm gonna paint out this, there we go. So I'm in the middle section right here, just to cover that column, okay? Here's some dollars in here. What I do, because you lose track of where you're at and you don't wanna put all the stuff in every body part, is I do a header, a sub-summary, but I do two identical sub-summaries. One that appears above the body, one that appears below the body, and I actually put in this little curve right here, so it looks like it's kind of rounded. And you could put a line in there, complete it, but you can see it's January of 2021. We're making some licensed software sales here. It doesn't really matter what this license is. This is not the money I get, it's the gross sales, and then most of this goes back to Claris, right? So anyway, so what's happening in here is that you put a header up here, right? And you put a footer right here. It reminds you what that section is. Remember? The point is that you can put a section above and below, and so then this is February, and then that would roll down here, and it would be like this section right here. See that? Like that? So a section like that. So you have these like little sections. And that's how I do that, right? So
yeah, the problem, yeah, that partially fixes it. Because if you have a situation like me here, and you have this long list like this.
You still have a problem with that, yeah.
Yeah, so here, there's absolutely no ways. Actually, okay. Okay, I I'm doing extreme kind of design here. I mean, it's very bad design. I was focusing on just the technique to show you that you can add multiple parts, sub-summaries, embedded one. You embed them. First the cities, then department, and then you can have office, and then you can have everybody with the A. Starting with the A. So you can have multiple what's the name? You can have multiple embedded sub-summaries sorted by.
Yeah, sub-summaries, right? Yeah. So and so just to be understand that some of these questions are more advanced questions, but Nick's covering. I told Nick to cover the basics. So for those of you who are horribly bored by this, he's doing what he's supposed to do, which is cover the basics. And if it seems like it's a really ugly list, long list, then. But he's doing what he's supposed to, so yeah.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Personally, that's a way to prevent. Okay. When you have a lot of information, personally, like imagine you have a long like this. You have a long list like this. Are you sure you want to read everything? No, you don't. You don't want. So. Pretty much what I'm doing a first page, and I'm saying, okay, in Fairfield, accounting, that's the total. Advertising, that's the total. Asset management, that's the total. I have a first page. I'm doing this. So how you can do that? Actually, I wasn't expecting to do that, but I can try. Okay. So excuse me if the thing. Looks like, oh, it's not prepared. No, it's not prepared because I wasn't ready for that, but I want to do it.
That's because we take real questions in real time. If people if they want it super prepared, please leave the live stream. I've asked for all of you to leave, and please leave and never come back and go watch the on-demand video where it's all like prepared with animation, right? So it's like,
yeah,
right.
So what I'm doing here, I'm doing something like this most of the time. I'm doing just sub-summaries and absolutely nothing else. So that's what you get in Fairfield. So we can do something. We can work.
Yes, I've actually done this report. So that you just saw that sales report a second ago. And it basically showed all these transactions. But for Ryan at the end of the year, all I want is every month. So I get rid of the body, just like what Nick does, and you see the month, and then January, February, March, April, sale. I love it.
So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a summary of the summary. I mean, it's and it's a good demonstration. That means you can have a layout without body. That's why I wanted to take the bait.
Yes, yeah. There's no body. No body. The body is not required. It's optional, right?
Yeah,
everyone get that? Yeah. David Angel, you got. David says I get confused when creating sub-summary fields all together, individually running total.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go there.
Okay, David Angel, you can kiss Nick's butt. We're not going there. Okay, so sorry.
You want to go, Richard?
Well, I generally what I would do is just tell him to, if in doubt, just go to field definitions, go to summary real quick.
Yeah.
If in doubt, just go to field defs for me, Nick, and go to our summary. Find me a summary somewhere down there. Okay. So if in doubt, what you want to do is
let me take a total.
Yeah.
Does it change? Yeah.
This is what you want. All together, right? Isn't that what you want all together, Nick? Summarize repetition.
Oh, yeah. I want all together. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna leave it like this. You're gonna leave total of, and you're gonna leave all together, and summarize repetitions. I don't even remember this. Has this always been there, or did I just always ignore this?
Yeah, but that is when you have. Okay. This is when you play with break pages.
Oh, breaks. Okay.
Yeah, so you look, guys, this is super hairy, and it's I need to build the demo to do that.
Okay, so what I just want to tell David is that leave it like this, Leave it like this.
Yeah, all together.
And so for all of you who don't want super hairy, then do that. If you want to play with super hairy, which is not today's broadcast, we can do super hairy on another day. We will play with that, okay? We can, because this conversation doesn't stop. But David says he gets confused as it is. David, in your mind, you should remove all these from your brain and never look at them ever again, right? In your mind, this should look like that, okay? And then if that's the default, then we just leave it like that, just like never change it, right? So I'm saying
It's very okay. You need this when you do extreme advanced stuff.
There we go. So that's what your screen should look like, everyone, right? Yeah. Got it? Yeah. Net lobster, super hairy, of course, right? David the lobster.
I mean, it's not that complicated, but wasn't Carl Williams said the thing? You need to understand the list view. You need to understand the difference between modes. You need to. It's a very old stuff that never really reworked this. And then you can sort and you can have so you can go. It's very this is complicated. Okay, it's not complicated too much, but I needed to build a very complicated layouts to explain this.
We're not doing that today. Once again, it's hairy. No. It is hairy. It's period. It's hairy. Period. So there you go.
Yeah, but the thing is, I took the bait of this explanation. I'm getting hairy too. So I just each time I want to go there, I want to show you that you can have a layout without body, which people say, for many people that cannot exist, but it is, you can have something like this, so you don't have the data. So you can have, what I'm doing is I'm printing a first page without the thing, and then I'm printing this one with the body. So I have two versions of the same. So that this one will be the first page, that would be the first page. And then I'm doing, if I want the extend view, I can have extended, And actually, that is how you can do, like a condensed report or advanced report, right? But if you look at your mortgage company, or when you receive a report, or even your bank, they tell you, okay, you had that the expense this month, this is the income this month, this is what you spend for this is what you spend for that. So you have a summary, and then you can ask for the extended report if you want, right? So.
I have a quick question. Did you answer Joel Schulman's question, or was that a different question? It's the question about, it's on, I don't know if that got thrown to you or not, because I've been sorting the money here. I'll repeat the question. Is it possible to put the SubSummary city with each department sort? Question mark. Let me copy paste it for you.
Then I can read it.
Here we go. Stand by.
To put the SubSummary city with each department sort. Or you want to reverse it, right? That's a good. Okay, let's reverse it. So you go there and you want to reverse. You don't want the city first, but you want to reverse it. That's very difficult. You do this. You reverse the sort order. So you don't need to go in the layout and do many crazy things, right? So you do this. You change the sort order.
Yeah. Doing this right here has a huge impact over here.
Yeah. So you change your sort order, but the beauty of this is that unless you have very advanced kind of things. But the one I built here, you don't need to go to the layout and change the order of this. Because you can do that too, right? You can go to the part setup, right? And you can change the order of this. You see, those you cannot change them. See, those they have a lock here, but those here you can change the appearance. So you can put that first, and you can do something like this, okay? If you want, but it won't have an impact because what drives what is just a visual impact for comprehension when you are developing, or if you have very advanced kind of tricky things, you need to reflow the part setup to get the thing to have a logic. Okay, but most of the time in that situation here, you just need to change the sort order, and that's it. That's all what you need to do. Okay, I don't know if that answers the question.
Hopefully, yeah. So Michelle on YouTube, there's kind of a conversation there a little bit, but Michelle was saying that, Michelle was saying that it's not complicated, but it's also not intuitive, right?
It's not okay, exactly. It's not intuitive because there's no UI, there's nothing. You need to know. That's why we don't want to get there, because if we go there, we are going to lose you completely, and you won't even get what we try to do.
Right. We'll save Harry for another day. So we're going to call this Operation Harry, and we'll save it for another day.
But to tell you something about this together, individual and stuff like that, it's very rare, even myself, that I need to go there. It's extremely rare, to be honest, unless you have a big, giant financial stock option and, whatever, stock exchange or, banking. Or when you have I remember last time I did that is because it was for banking stuff. And the banking, you needed to report the balance month by month, you know what I mean? So this is very, very useful when you need to report the balance from month to month, right? But otherwise, no, I never go there. So no, it's true. It's a good way. It's a good way to get the total. I want to explain how you get it, because I'm surprised that the question didn't come up. How I can get those totals here is it's the same field, and I get a different total depending on where it is positioned. If I put that in a grand summary, training or leading, whatever.
Okay. When you're done, I got a really great question I want to address. So go ahead and finish yours. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you have a training grand summary here. So I have a total of a month. Here I have a SubSummary sort by city, total of a month. Here I have a sorted by. What's the name? Total of amount, sorted by departments. Okay, so how the hell the same field can do that, right? Because this is a summary field. So summary fields, the type of field summaries, that the only way you can do that, if you put the amounts, you won't have this. Even if you put an amount, a sum of, or whatever you want to do, a trick you want to do, it won't work. You need to have a summary field, and the summary field will have this action. The summary field total here, total amounts, total of the total, the average, the count, the minimum, the maximum. That will do also. So let's play a little bit with this before we go. Okay, I want the minimum or the average. Let's say I want the minimum of amounts, minimum, okay, of amount. Okay, so I have a summary field minimum. Okay, and I put this here. So I do this and I duplicate this and I put there. Hold on, let me move. Okay, this is the minimum. Okay. Minimum. Okay. Minimum here, I remove this and I put the, let's say, red, not to make sure we see it. And I put here minimum of here. Okay. And I put here and I put here. Okay. So I have 3 times the same, right? So I go browse mode and I can go down, up. So the minimum is 73.18, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here the minimum will be 622. Here the minimum will be 200. Okay, and if I go down, here, so see, it says, and the minimum of the total things will be 622, right? That will be the minimum of all of them. Okay, So you see that every single summary here will act that way. Total, average, count, minimum, maximum, standard, fraction, and even the least off. Okay, even the least off. So it's very interesting to see how the summary field works, right? And actually I'm using a lot of these summary fields for that reason. For that reason, they are very interesting. So, do we have any questions here?
Yeah, we had a really good question. So let me, I'm going to flip over to split view here. So we'll go the other way. Let me see if I can bring myself up here. Where am I? There I am. All right. So real quick. So there's a question by Michael Karan, I guess. So here's his question. He has a found set, a period of 18 months. Okay. How does the report separate duplicate months? It can't, but it can. So if you have 18 months of data, and you have just say a calculation field that says, give me the month, right? Yeah. Then you're going to have some of those months, the ones that overlap from year to year, are going to be duplicated. You have like if we did the last 18 months, we would have January, February, and March for 2021 and 2022, right? That would be a problem. And so what you need to do is you define a field, which is a calculation field, and it's going to be the year first, right? Year first, and then right behind it. Let me see if I'm doing this the right way. Year first. Yeah, I got it backwards. So let me flip my screen here. All right, there we go. All right, so now I can do this the other way because that way it appears to be correct for you. So you're going to define a calculation. It's going to be the year here, and then an ampersand, and then you're going to have the month name or month year. Either way you want to do it, and that way the system. Then you sort by that, so it keeps the year. The year is the first determining factor, right? And so on my report, that way I see the year next to the month. You could do it probably 2 or 3 or 4 different ways, but you have to take the year into account, Michael. Yeah. That way you don't run into that issue. Does that make sense? So
yeah, of course you need to give the system the information that you have multiple years, and then it will work. Otherwise, he won't, because he won't know, But that's a good technique. You extract the year of the date, and that's it. It's very easy.
Yep. So you need to count the year. If you just did by month, you'd absolutely have duplicate problems. That's a really good point. In fact, I frequently build reports. I don't do them very often. I do one, and I want it by month, and I forget this, and I'm like, why is my data so screwed up on my subsummary? And it's like because of that specific issue. So, other questions?
I encourage people to play a little bit with this, like I did on the video, because the best way is to experience yourself.
Yes.
Because when you see that, it's I just want to highlight that you can have that for the entry level people. Okay, you can have multiple subsummaries, and the determinant fact the what will determine the factor of sorting. The how this will appear is the sort order.
Yep.
That's the 2 things you need to remember today. Okay, and the summary fields that you can place in different parts here, and you get automatically, it will give you the total or the minimum or the maximum, whatever, of the part where it's sorted by. Okay, so that's the most important things. Okay, to know. What also I want, because the question came yesterday, and I think it's a great question. When you are printing, what happened on everything you have on the side here? Okay, even if it's still in the layer. Let's say I have a big layer. Here I have a layer because I left that on purpose, because normally you do this, right? Okay, you do this, and then you have a nice layout, right? But here I left this over. Okay, so FileMaker, we just ignore it.
Well, it still calculates it, but it doesn't display it.
Yeah, it calculates it, but it's not. Is ignored. So it's if you do this or you leave this like this, it doesn't have any incident, unless you play a little bit with what we are going to play right now. Okay, because I like to play a little bit with this right quick. This is where, because we have some 5 minutes, so I want to play with this, the printing here. So no, it's easy.
No. I'm just, I only normally do columns when I have to do like Avery labels in my laser
I
printer.
love the label system of
Ah,
FileMaker.
it's
So,
it, it's so 1905 with the Pony
oh,
Express.
it's 1805.
1805 Pony Express. That's really old Pony Express.
But it's
Yes.
okay. I have a harpsichord, so I'm good. So, 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 uh, so I put this and the harpsichord next to it. So why I'm using this, because it's kind of cool. Okay. So let's say I want 2 columns. Okay. And I want like a cross first. Okay. So I want this. So how that works? Okay. So you see here you have this. So this is my this is the let's put 3 columns.
Page break. That's the page break on the right.
That's the page break. Yeah.
I'll help you with your
have
French translation. That's page break.
page break. Okay.
Yes.
Page break. No, this is not the page break.
Well,
this is the edge of the report. Page break.
Oh, page break's in there. Well, it's okay. Yes. It's the right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We all got it. What it is.
Yeah.
So I want to put the department here. Okay. Bold, and I want to put the name or title or whatever. Not bold, and I want to put the city and the zip, for example. Okay. So I have this. I have those information here. So I don't want border. I don't want the background. I don't want anything. Okay. So, and here what happened when, okay, browse mode, you have nothing happening. You say, well, it doesn't work. But here what happened when you're in preview mode. So it will pretty much that to print labels. Okay. So you can print labels like this. So you can have, this is labeling, it will print this, tack, 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 tack. This will print like this. Okay. So let's say, for example, just a minute. Okay. Let's say you have, I don't have an example right there, but I can build for tomorrow. Let's say you have pictures and you want in the reports, you want to print pictures, right? And Scott Kane is listening here and say, okay, why the heck I paid Nick to build the thing he built for me? So how you can use that at your advantage and print a page with what's the name? With photos, right? Pictures, but you want to print like a thumbnails of pictures. You don't want to print picture by picture. This is the best technique ever to use when you want to build and to print. I'm saying printing. I'm not saying thing on the screen. I'm saying printing, because unfortunately you cannot have that on browse mode. Browse mode doesn't work. But if you want to print or export as PDF, this is a great technique. So it's very simple to use. You go to the layout definition and you say you want to print 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 columns, right? Let's say you want 4 columns here. And then you can, here, playing with this, you can play with this. And then you can see you are over the limits here. So if you print something like this, you will be over. See, it's over the limit. So you will have this, right? So what you need to do is to play with this, seize this, and make it that is coming inside this, right? So it's kind of tricky because it's, okay, now I'm almost there. So, you need to be there. Okay, now I'm good. So what I can do, I can resize this a little bit more, okay? And then now I have 4, right? Now it's kind of cool. It's a cool technique here. I want to show you that because I will demonstrate something more evolved in the future days, okay? So tomorrow we are going to extend a little bit the usage on this, and we are going to add some difficulties, and we are going to add an object that resize automatically, okay? That tomorrow.
All right, well, we're going to cut everyone loose. We'll pick it back up tomorrow on Wednesday. Actually, I won't be here. I'll be off for my flight physical, so that's awesome for me. But Miles Debsky will be here to run interference with you guys. It'll be a much more productive day without Richard here. So everyone be nice to Miles. Tell him that we love him, because we do appreciate it when people help cover for the broadcast. So Nick and Nick will see you tomorrow. So any final questions, Nick? Are you good for tomorrow?
I'm fine tomorrow. Yeah, I'm ready. I can even do them now if you want.
Well, yeah, people would start squealing. So yeah, their brains would hurt. So all right, we'll catch everyone tomorrow. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
And the guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.